Wow, they say money must be funny in a rich man's world, and I can't unhear it after all this. He really went all out for these. You mutter to yourself while running a finger over a luxurious fabric and sparkling jewelry. It was just delivered to your apartment, and the sender was no other than a CEO boss who is also now your boyfriend but not the real one. Actually, you are his secretary, but 2 weeks ago he suddenly asked you to become his girlfriend. Already in love with him, you thought your world has changed, but then when he said he's doing all this for his grandmother because she's in the hospital and wants to see his girlfriend, so this was the only option. He's not interested in any woman, and because you were already working with him and he's comfortable around, he grabbed the opportunity, and that's how you ended up signing the contract. There were four different options in the dress and then the accessories accordingly. Even you can't pair up things that well. You picked two dresses and walked in front of the mirror. Should I go for the classic black or the flowy floral one? You said, holding each option in front of the mirror. I think I'll go with that simple one. This looks more elegant and classy. Plus, I'm going to a family dinner, so I should be dressing up elegantly. It is so difficult to catch up with these rich people. Suddenly, your phone burst and you placed the dresses on the bed before picking your phone, and a smile appeared on your face when you saw the message from Jungkook. He's really looking forward to this. He asked if you're ready or not because he was coming to pick you up. You texted him back saying almost. Your heart fluttered at the thought of spending time with him and meeting his grandmother. In the beginning, you were so shy and was just fulfilling your duty of signing the contract, but as the time passed, you started to become comfortable and now act like his girlfriend, and to your surprise, he's fine with that. He never give you a reality check as if he wants you to be his girlfriend for real. You took a final glance at the dresses and selected a simple dress. This one is best for now. Keeping it aside, you headed to the bathroom because there was not much time left and Jungkook must be coming anytime. Jungkook stepped outside his car as he finally arrived in front of your house. There was a little excitement bubbling inside him as he was desperate to finally introduce you to his grandmother. It all started as a forced decision where he had to ask you to become his girlfriend and you signed the contract paper, but now he has fallen for you. In just 2 weeks you owned his heart and he's the one who found out now. Otherwise he was already in love with you but never accepted. He picked the bouquet that he brought for you and closed the door before walking towards your house. As he approached the door and was about to press the doorbell when he noticed that the door was slightly open, which struck him as unusual. You always make sure to lock the door when you are home alone. A sense of concern nagged at the back of his mind as he pushed the door open and stepped inside. Ryan. He called your name as he got worried, but there was no response, just silence that sent shivers down his spine. With a furrowed brow, he checked the living room, kitchen, but there was no sign of you. His heart started to beat fast, so he straight walked upstairs towards your room. All his excitement now turned into fear and worry. He called your name a few times, hoping that you'll hear and answer him back, but nothing happened. As he reached upstairs, he heard the sound of running water coming out of the rooms. Following the sound, he approached your bedroom door, his heart pounding in his chest. With a hesitant hand, he pushed the door open, and that was the time you also came out from the bathroom, only in a towel wrapped around your body while humming a song. Your hair was still damp from the shower. Jungkook's breath caught in his throat with his unexpected sight. His cheek flushed with embarrassment, and your eyes widened when you saw him at your door. Jungkook? You gasped, and your eyes widened in shock when you realized he was standing there. Ryan, I'm sorry. Jungkook stammered, his voice barely above a whisper. I didn't mean to intrude. The door was unlocked, and I got worried when I didn't see you. Your cheeks flushed crimson as you realized your mistake. You quickly grabbed the towel tight around you. I forgot to lock the door. You admitted, feeling a wave of embarrassment wash over you. Despite the awkwardness of the situation, Jungkook couldn't help but to feel a rush of affection for you. It's okay. I'm just glad you're okay. I'll wait downstairs. You gave a single nod as you were feeling so embarrassed. He quickly closed the door and went downstairs while you exhaled. You saw yourself in the mirror and realized that your face was red like a tomato and you might not need to put blush now. A shy smile appeared on your face. Bringing yourself back in reality, you picked the dress and started getting ready. Jungkook sat in the living room, his mind swirling with your thoughts and that unexpected encounter. He was feeling a little embarrassed, but he could not understand the reason for that blush on his face. He tried to distract himself by scrolling through his phone, but his thoughts kept drifting back to you. He couldn't shake off the image of you standing there in just a towel. Your beauty was both striking and mesmerizing. What the hell is wrong with my mind? Ash. He stopped when he heard your footsteps coming downstairs. He turned towards you and his heart skipped a beat. His breath caught in his throat at the sight before him. You have changed into the dress he had sent earlier, and this was the exact dress in his mind that he wanted to see you in, and you were looking absolutely stunning. Your hair were cascaded in soft waves around your shoulders and eyes sparkling with excitement as you made your way towards him. Wow. He got up, unable to tear his eyes away from you, and the compliment just left his mouth. Ryan, you look absolutely breathtaking. A blush spread across your cheeks hearing the compliment, a shy smile gracing your lips. Thank you. I have liked this one among all those. They were gorgeous, of course, but I thought to wear something simple. Is it okay or should I change? He shook his head while coming near you, making your heart beat fast. This was my first choice, and you are looking more beautiful than I imagined. Your cheeks turned more pink as you looked down, trying to hide that blush. It's the time, so shall we? You nodded and looked at him, but then he extended his hand towards you, making you a little surprised. He knew that you must be finding it surprising. Well, as we are going for a family dinner and you know my grandmother is so observant, I thought why not to practice a little bit. Better we start acting as a real couple from here itself. Your heart skipped a beat, slowly raising your hand. You gave it in his hand while he flashed a soft smile towards you. I don't think we need to act, but let's not disagree. He chuckled. I'm not sure what's in your mind, but I'm sure that what's in my mind is exactly what you are thinking. He raised his brow playfully. Really? Can I know what you found out? You just flashed a teasing smile. I think we should leave for the John mansion. It's not good to make the elders wait. He smirked at your tease. As you say, but we'll definitely continue this conversation later. I have to know what you can read. You laughed, making him chuckle as you both walked out of the house. As much as you were excited to meet his family, you were nervous because you have only met his parents once at a restaurant where he invited them to introduce to you. His mom is the sweetest lady you have ever met, and his father, sweet, caring, and passionate, just like him. But today you came in John Mansion for the first time, and it was like a palace. You could already imagine how rich they are, and this time you are meeting his grandmother, who is now perfectly fine. This was making you nervous more and more. The dining room glows softly with the warm light of candles, casting a cozy ambience over the table set for dinner. Jungkook and you entered hand in hand, greeting by the smiling faces of Jungkook's mother and grandmother. Welcome, welcome, my dear ones, she said with her voice soft and welcoming. You bowed down politely towards the elders, greeting them with all the respect. His mom came to you and hugged you gently. She seems to be the happiest to see you, and she also kind of started to like you a lot after your first meeting. We are so glad you could join us tonight. Come sit with us. You smiled warmly in return, feeling a sense of belongings because despite of being one of the richest families, they all seem super down to earth. You took a seat beside Jungkook. There was no maid and servants around because they didn't want any presence of other between the family, so they decided to give them rest for now. Mrs. John poured wine in everyone's glasses while Jungkook's grandmother looked at you with a soft smile. I was so tired of asking Jungkook to get into a relationship, and if he's already then introduced her, and now finally I was about to give up on everything, he decided to open his mouth. Grandma, don't say that. Now you're absolutely fine, and I told you I will introduce her to you, but you're always impatient. Now she's here so you can relax. She nodded while you looked down and smiled a little. Why, dear? You immediately looked at her. Yes, Grandma. Her smile grew wider when you called her grandmother. Tell us a bit about yourself. You took a sip of your wine, gathering all the courage before responding. Well, I work as a graphic designer, but then got promotion and an opportunity to work as a secretary. I've always loved art and design, and I always feel fortunate to be able to pursue my passion in my career. Jungkook smiled a little, feeling a sense of relief that you are getting comfortable around his family. His mother nodded, feeling proud in your words. That's wonderful, dear. It's so important to find fulfillment in what you do. Then the dinner was served and conversation flowed easily around the table. His family wanted to make you feel comfortable, so you guys talked about favorite places to travel, favorite hobbies, and books. You were always like you're sitting with your own family and having fun conversation. Or you just wish how it would be to have such a beautiful family because except an aunt who adopted you from an orphanage, you don't have anyone to call a family. So now tell us how you and Jungkook met. You glanced at Jungkook while he also seemed to be curious about what you will respond. With a smile on your face, you turn your face towards them. When I joined in as a secretary in John Holding, and I'm not sure how all that happened. It was a bit unexpected, but I'm grateful for it. You said, looking at Jungkook, and there was genuineness in your words, which Jungkook could feel clearly. Finally, someone who stole my grandson's heart. I'm so grateful for you, dear. Please don't say that, Grandma. I'm equally grateful. They all smiled at how understanding you are. The dining room buzzed with lively conversation as Jungkook and you enjoyed dinner with his family. Laughter filled the air, and you couldn't help but feel grateful for the warmth and acceptance you felt in their presence. As the meal progressed, Jungkook's grandmother cleared her throat, capturing everyone's attention. I have something I would like to say, she announces, making everyone look at her. Jungkook and you exchange curious glances, wondering what could possibly be on her mind. You have no idea what to expect. She shifted her eyes towards both of you. Jungkook, Ryan, I have been watching the two of you tonight, and I can't help but notice the love and affection you share. You and Jungkook exchange startled looks. You have no idea what's cooking in her mind. I have seen the way you look at each other, and I can't help but think that it's time for the two of you to take the next step. Jungkook's eyes widen as his heart pounding in his chest. Your grip on your dress also tightened. Grandma, what are you saying? He finally asked. His grandmother's smile widened as she reached across the table to take your hand in hers. I'm saying that it's time for you two to get married, she said, her voice filled with conviction. The room filled silence. His family was in support, but they don't know the reality. You and Jungkook looked at each other. He was not sure if you are comfortable anymore because he thought his grandmother went too far and you might not like where this conversation is going. I know it may seem sudden, but I can see the love you share, and I believe it's meant to last a lifetime. Your eyes got moist because if this relationship was real, maybe you were the most excited one. Grandma, I think we should not talk about it this early. I mean, it's not long since we have started to date, so. He said, looking at you while you lowered your eyes. Take your time. I'm not telling you to rush. It's just I want to see you two together. I really like Ryan and I think she's the perfect fit for our family. He flashed a weak and warm smile at her. Thank you, Grandma. As Jungkook and you step out of his family's home, the cool night air enveloped both of you, offering a moment of a respite from the whirlwind of emotions you had just experienced. You walked in silence for a while, each lost in your own thoughts. I can't believe what just happened. You finally broke the silence, making him look at you. He thought you didn't like this thing. I'm so sorry for her side. You didn't have to take it seriously. You stopped, and so does he. No, I didn't mean that. I mean, whatever she said. Does it really look that way? He got a little confused now. What are you trying to say? You swallowed and looked away, trying to suppress your tears. I just felt so good to be a part of your family tonight. Maybe I got too attached, and when your grandmother said that she wants us to be together, I just got a reality check. I started to think of it as if I'm only pretending to be a part of them. It didn't take him much time to understand the whole thing. He knew that it's not only him who is falling for you more and more. He felt so relieved to know that and finally got the confidence to confess his feelings. He stepped closer and held your hands, making you look at him. Then let's stop pretending. Let's make it real because now I don't think that contract means anything between us. I know we have started this relationship as a contract, but over time, my feelings for you have become so much more than that. Your heart skipped a beat at his words and eyes widened in surprise. You could not believe in your ears. For real? He nodded and gently cupped your face in his hands. Ryan, I love you. I love everything about you. Your kindness, your strength, your beautiful smile. You mean the world to me, and I can't imagine my life without you. I want to make you the mother of my kids, our kids. Tears welled up in your eyes at his heartfelt confession, your heart overflowing with emotion. Jungkook, I can never be so happy. You whispered as your voice was choked with emotions. Then let's make Grandma's wish come true. Ryan, will you marry me? You nodded and hugged him because you can't stop the tears. Yes, definitely yes. He wrapped his arms around you and kissed the top of your head. Thank you so much for giving me the world, for making me a part of your family. I love you so much. So do I. You shared a deep hug, connecting your heart, and then Jungkook and you both left for your house.